Hey guys, apparently I'm all over the place. Want to do a video to show you today my ErgoCat cabinet for any of you that may be tired of cat litter all over your floors, which I don't know who wouldn't be, especially if you have multiple cats. It's just never-ending source of frustration, at least it was for me. I couldn't stand. Ooh, you can see I ate some chocolate. Sorry. Yeah, after a lunch snack. I just couldn't stand the litter on the floor all the time, every morning, every night. I just would be constantly sweeping every single day, and especially like my fiance Kelly likes to walk around without shoes on, and then she just couldn't stand it whenever the litter was on her feet, especially once I came in the picture and suddenly there was 2 more cats, so we had 3 cats, and yeah, it was just constantly a disaster. And I had thought this idea for a litter cabinet several years ago where there would be different levels and a ramp system so that the cat would have to go in, use the litter box, and by the time it walked all the way down and came back out, there would be no litter on its paws. And so finally, last year, I made one for myself. Well, actually, I made 2 for myself, and made another one to sell to one of our cattery partners. And I had hoped to continue to make them to sell for people, but I just was not able to. I'm just not well enough with my health these days, unfortunately. But I was able to find someone online who he already had a cat litter cabinet business, and so we just went over the designs and the blueprints, and he made up the Ergo cabinet version that I had, because the ones he had was very simple, just a cabinet with an open door, the cat walked in, used the litter box, jumped out, but that didn't solve the problem of litter being on their feet. And also, when I came up with this idea, the other big thing I wanted to accomplish was a way that someone could scoop a litter box without bending, even after, for myself, having crazy sciatic problems since a very young age. I was like 21 years old when I started having sciatica problems, and knowing several family members with like knee replacements, hip replacements, back problems, I've known people that simply won't get a cat because they can't bend down and scoop the litter box and take care of the litter pan. And that's just really a shame to that's possibly one life less saved from a shelter, if they're going to adopt a shelter cat, and potentially a lot of enjoyment lost out of their life, not being able to have a cat as a pet because of that. So this cabinet solves that problem as well, because the litter pan is actually on the second level. It can just pull out to scoop it, and you don't have to bend. Then after I made it, kind of found other great things about it is that dogs can't get into it. At the time, I had a little foster dog who loved the kitty, litter box treats, and in the cabinet, he couldn't get to the litter pan because the dog won't climb in and climb up the ramp system like the cat will. So protects the cat pan from dogs. And also, someone just last week mentioned to me it would keep their infant child out of the litter pan, and that's a really good thing too that I hadn't ever thought of. Not having children, but they crawl around and play with everything. They don't know it's gross. So anyway, hopefully my camera's gonna let me turn this around so I can show you the box. This is the one that I made myself, so it's not pretty carpentry. I'm not a carpenter by any means, but it's good, it works for me, does the job. But the ones that my partner Charlie sells, he is a carpenter by trade. He does amazing, like perfect furniture and perfect finishes, and does a really, really good job. They are on a bit of the pricey side because he uses real solid wood. We didn't want to go cheap with these. you know, when I made my version here, it's just plywood and stuff. But, you know, we wanted to make sure they were really good quality pieces, that this is it basically. If you plan to be a cat owner for the rest of your life, you will only need to buy one, and you will have one for the rest of your life and never need another one, because it's a good solid piece of furniture. And also we want to make sure it was waterproof, you know, just in case kitties have accidents or anything like that. So anyway, this is my version, but I'll show you what I got here. There we go. So mine I keep in our little, I don't know what this is, little funky hallway area in our upstairs. So can't see too great right here, but that's the entryway. I made it like a little cat head is the hole that Stubborn goes in, and I keep a little pot of fake potpourri flowers there, you know, so after he poo-poos, there's potpourri to protect. That's the whole cabinet itself, with 2 latching door system. And this one I had designed with a plexiglass top, because the first one I made, I realized the cats didn't like how dark it was. So I'll try to show you that. Oh, okay. My phone can't turn while I'm recording, it just told me, sorry. So that's looking down in. Now there's plenty of light going down into the box, so the cat won't feel trapped or claustrophobic in there. And we also cut like a paw print or something else into the back to let more light in the back area. So let's open her up, show you how this thing works. And so mine actually, oops, there I go trying to rotate again. Mine actually designed for a second litter box on the bottom, because we had the 3 cats and wanted that extra option if I needed to, but I don't like putting the box down there, because then I have to bend to scoop, and like today my back is really bad. So that's just an empty area, but that is an option we can offer to people, to keep just one on the top or have a bottom option too if you have multiple cats. So that's the hole Stubborn walks in, and then he walks up the little ramp and up the other ramp and up into the hole that gets to the top. And then once he's in the top, he just pops through the hole, walks over here, gets in his litter box, and does his business. And then when it's time for mommy to take care of it, all I gotta do is pull the box out, and we keep these little pails. So, you know, it was my mission to keep everything that you needed right in the box. So it's so simple too, because I don't know how many times I'd like go to the box, scoop the box, and I forgot to bring a bag with me, or I go get the bag and then I come to scoop and then the stupid bag has a hole and it's leaking or whatever, and it was just always frustrating. I mean, you know, after my whole life of cats, I just had to come up with something better. So the bucket holds the scooper, so I can scoop, and then keep a bag in the bucket so everything stays clean and sanitary. And then I even added on this one this little flip down to make it easier. So as you're scooping, you can scoop the waste into the little bucket, and then just take this bag to throw away the waste and add a new bag so it stays clean. And hung the bags right on the door to make it so easy. And then I got an extra bag there. And then for anyone that only wants the single one like that too, the whole bottom section can be used to store the cat litter, which is great. You can have your bags or boxes of cat litter right down there. So everything is all in one. And then, you know, the other big thing that I had realized while I was making this is, with my health condition, I actually have a wheelchair that I have to use from time to time when things are going bad. And, you know, sometimes I've been pretty bad in the house trying to get some house chores done, and was able to, you know, go right up in a wheelchair right up to this level and pull this out and scoop the box. So, you know, thankfully I am not permanently wheelchair bound, but I know many people are, and you know, this is another option for people that have disabilities and are, you know, paralyzed from the waist down, or you know, MS, whatever, neuromuscular conditions, and can't walk and they're in wheelchairs, you know, but they're still healthy enough to get around and have a pet and care for a pet. You know, suddenly now they don't need to rely on someone else to take care of the litter box for their cat. And, you know, again, maybe opens up their whole world to even be able to have a cat, just knowing there's a way that they can easily access the litter box and clean it. And then even, you know, you can even clean out the whole pan right from here. Just, you know, you can take a throwaway container or cup to dispense of the old litter, spray it, wipe it out, and, you know, fill it with the litter. I know myself personally, I can't like lug around those big bags of litter anymore, so I just take a cup and just scoop one cup at a time until the box is full, and, you know, it's a pain, but I get the job done. So that was pretty cool to know. It's kind of the first disability accessible litter box for people. So anyway, that is the ErgoCat cabinet is what I call it. And I love it. Oh my god, I love it. I mean, look at my floor. Like, nothing ever on my floor. I mean, not ever. Like, I vacuum the whole thing out once a month. But literally, after a month, you know, I mean, well, we vacuum our floors more than once a month, but even if I left it for a month and I never vacuumed it out or vacuumed my floors, there would still be like tiny little bit of litter. That's it. Like, literally, by the time he comes out of this box, there's no more litter on his feet. And, you know, that's pretty remarkable for a hairless cat too, because we all know with our furry cats versus our hairless cats, because they're little naked toe beans, love to stick to the litter, and they drag litter out more than a furry cat typically. So it's pretty impressive that it really does work very well the way it's supposed to work. All right, so that is it. I'll let you guys go, and if anyone's interested in finding out where you can get one, just post below and let me know.